Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Welcome to this segment of Code Rabani's a-sabad-a-day. We will be reciting the second salok and chant from Jaitsari Mahalla Panjwa, Karduja. The sabad's first salok was Ucha Agam Apar Prab. The second salok. Salok Nirat na Pavai, a-sabad gun Ucha Prab ka nao. नानक की बेनंतिया मिलन थावे थाओ छंत दूसर नाही ठाओ कह पह जाइए आठ पहर कर जोड़ सो प्रभ त्याइए त्याए सो प्रभ सदा अपना मन है चिंदया पाइए तज मान मोह विकार दूजा एक स्यों लिव लाइए अर्प मन तन प्रभु आगे आप सगल मिटाइए बिनवंत नानक तार कृपा साच नाम समाइए. So in the first salok and chant, the encounter with the Prabh was established. The Prabh is beyond the reach of our language, the reach of our imagination. So, in the second, the literal rendering would read, even by close scrutiny, it cannot be found, referring to the Prabh, the self, the indwelling self. Nirat na Pavai. Nirat means to examine closely. Its qualities are beyond measure. a-sabad-a-day, you can't count them. And supremely exalted is its wisdom. Ucha Prabh ka nao. Wisdom here implies its many qualities that cannot be counted. And so Nanak's plea, may the homeless find a home in its wisdom. Nanak ki benantiya mile nathave thao, seeking a place, anchoring, to be rooted in. And then the chant continues, Dusar nahi thao ka peh jaiye. There is no other place. Where else can we go? And now we are told what to do. Aath pehar kar jor so prabh aiye. In the 8 watches of the day, a pehar is a watch of a day. It's 3 hours in the Indian systems, and there are 8 watches. So aath pehar kar jor, with one pointed attention. Kar jor literally means joining the hands, and that signifies one mind, one body. So with one pointed attention, contemplate that Prabh self. So Prabh Theaiya. And remain always mindful of the Prabh. Theai so Prabh sada apna. And attain what the mind is truly seeking. Manah chindya paiya. And with that goes this instruction, abandon pride, attachment, and the passions. Tajman moh vikar duja. Remain absorbed in this one pointed attention. Offer mind and body, surrender to the self. Arpa mantan prabhu agge. How do you do that? By erasing the ego. Aap sagal mitaiya. Nanak prays again, Binwant Nanak, for your grace, Dhar Kirpa, so that he may be immersed in that wisdom. Such a naam, Samaya. So now you see, in the first salok and chant, it was about speech and how the Prabh is beyond speech. But here the Guru is saying it also escapes the closest scrutiny of our examining eye, nirtana Pavai. So both the modes of knowing that are known to us, naming and looking, fall short. And then the Guru is not asking us for a more sophisticated mode of knowing, but he's asking us to adopt a completely different posture. He's asking that the drifting mind may be anchored, because there is nowhere else to go. Avarana koi thao. There are no options. If you have no options, the only way is to surrender. And that thao that is being looked for is the Sarnagati of the first Salok, a place at the feet of the enlightener. Now, obviously, these are not physical spaces. And then the chant maps out the mind's reorientation. Aath Pahar, in the full span of your waking hours and even in sleep, with complete devotion, which is symbolized by hands folded, remain ever mindful to the presence of the Prabh. So Prabhyaya. So the question that is, I think, a natural one is, what does it mean to be mindful? The term mindful carries with it different connotations in different traditions. It is a word that comes from dhyana, meaning meditation or mindfulness. And it appears in all Indian traditions, which tells us that it's a word with a shared inheritance. But what is the logic? What does it mean in Sikhi? So in order to understand that, take first the instance in Buddhism. This is very common in that tradition, particularly in the Vipassana tradition of the Theravada branch of Buddhism. It means sati, mindfulness. Here it is about bare attention, observing what is arising in experience without grasping or aversion. The meditator watches thoughts, sensations, emotions as they come and go, and begins to recognize their impermanence. The self is not surrendered here to something larger. There is no prabh to orient oneself towards. The practice is more like archaeology, digging until you find that there is really no fixed entity that is doing the digging. That's Buddhism. In Advaita Vedanta, another tradition, major tradition in the Indian systems, the goal is somewhat similar, this dissolution of a separate self, which is not really dissimilar from Apo Sagalamitaya. But the path here is jnana, discriminative knowledge, intellectual recognition that the Atman is the Brahman. I am already that. And then you have Sufi practice in which Gurbani engages in some real, genuine conversation with. In Sufi tradition, it's remembrance or dhikr. It is also continuous. It involves the whole day. It moves towards fana, annihilation of the self. The resonance is real, but Sufi practice involves formulas, breath coordination, hierarchical transmission. In Gurbani, there is really no intermediary eventually. The sabad is the vehicle. That is the Guru. So in Sikhi, dhyana is directional. It isn't just bare attention to whatever arises. It is attention towards something that we call Nam or Prabh, the real thing. The mind isn't being watched neutrally, it is being turned, as a matter of fact. One is practicing is observation, as in Buddhism and Vedanta. Here it is orientation. And the critical part is that in Sikhi, the turning itself, the orientation is not in your hands. Tau prasadi ko liye. The dissolution comes from grace. So effort and grace and gift is a gift that have to be present. So in sum, the path of dhyana in Sikhi is relational and devotional, and it also combines jnana. It's not I'm already that, but I am yours. It doesn't discover its identity with the real, it surrenders to it. So you see, there are these very subtle differences, good to know. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.